Here we go. Maybe. What is going on, everybody, and welcome to the PWZ podcast. I am Rick Del Santo, and joining me today, it's Thursday. It's showtime. Marcel Williams. What is going on, my man?
What is going on? It is Thursday. You know what that means. It's time for the Dynamite review of Fight for the Fallen. We are July 28th, 2022. And we're ready to talk about it. But we got a few upcoming events this weekend as we look forward to a busy weekend.
I love my weekends when I have tons of stuff to watch wrestling wise. It's very exciting, right? It's been we've had killer show after killer show. We've had shows on both nights for the last few weekends and this weekend. It's going to be very exciting. Before we get going, it's Adonis and TN Coupon are both in the chat. Thank you both, gentlemen, for tuning in. It's always a pleasure to have you guys here.
Always.
So this weekend is SummerSlam. Looking forward to it. I've also got Ric Flair's last match, which I don't know how much I'm looking forward to it, but I'm looking forward to it.
Hey, Nashville gonna be lit this weekend.
Yeah. I wish I was down there. I would maybe go to both. Maybe. WrestleMania 40, it had been announced that they're going to be in Philadelphia. I'm planning on taking that road trip.
Yeah, I guess I'm going to add that to my plans. I'm trying to go next year because I've never been to Los Angeles. So I'll see what's going to go on with that. But I'm definitely going to do Philadelphia. You know, WrestleMania is looking kind of real exciting this year. We don't know what's going to go on this Saturday for SummerSlam because now we got a new regime in-house now. But WrestleMania is looking real bright right now.
It very well could be. Anything could happen between now and then, though. TN Coupon says, guys, save your money now for WrestleMania. Yeah, it's going to be, an entire week, pretty much. And God knows, WWE is there. God knows what independence will follow.
Exactly.
Because there's a ton of great events. Of course, it's always Game Changer who ends up putting on the collective or whatnot. Bunch of shows, probably like 3 days. They put on shows for basically 3 days straight, all day. So looking forward to that. It's going to be a great, great time. WrestleMania will never come back to Connecticut. Adonis,
never.
I'm sorry.
I will hope not. Never.
If it did, I would. Ever. It's voted the worst WrestleMania ever. Yeah, it definitely is. WrestleMania, if it comes to Connecticut, I could see. I don't even think there's an arena. I guess Rentschler Field would be the largest arena that they would have it in. That's not even that big, really. I mean, I guess it is to an extent, but for Connecticut, it's big. But it's definitely not WrestleMania big.
WrestleMania 11, live from the Hartford Civic Center, was the worst WrestleMania ever. I do not recommend ever having a WrestleMania in Connecticut.
I had to sit through it. I was there. Yeah, I was.
I watched it. It was. I suffered.
I don't think there was much. There's really not much to come to talk about when you think WrestleMania 11. I have to say that Lawrence Taylor surprisingly put on a decent performance against Bam Bam Bigelow, which I thought was fun. Diesel and Shawn Michaels. And it's funny because when I go back and see certain things, I'm like, I don't ever remember that happening. Certain things, but
I remember every bit of it.
I'm sorry. Maybe I blocked it out for a reason.
Probably, but I'm a WrestleMania fan, and that's one of the WrestleManias that I put on the burn list.
My son Christian is also on the chat. I have no idea what the hell Thank you for tuning in, Christian. Yes, Bret Hart and Bob Backlund was from that show. Considering that they were two great
of the night.
Yeah, I mean, two great technical wrestlers. That was not a great match by any stretch. You'd think that it would be really good. It's great on paper, but it wasn't. We're getting way off track here, though.
No, we're not.
No,
As we talk about retro events, it's an anniversary this year. It's the
yeah,
anniversary of the British Bulldog versus Bret Hart, 1992 at Wembley Stadium for the Intercontinental Championship. That main evented SummerSlam '92.
yeah, that was a phenomenal match. I think they're releasing that on DVD actually.
Great, nice.
Yeah, that whole show. And the funny part is, you go back and watch it. The undercard is not that great either.
You know what? And I watched the match a lot of times. Not only the Bret and British Bulldog match, but it was actually the rematch from WrestleMania 7 between Ultimate Warrior and Macho Man Randy Savage for the WWF Championship at the time. And I thought that match was all right. It didn't compete with WrestleMania 7. WrestleMania 7 was the match that they had. That was the best match between the two. But this was the rematch, and it was kind of it was good, but it wasn't that good as WrestleMania 7.
Yeah.
And Ric Flair wasn't on the card. He just was interfering. That was it.
Yeah, yeah. I want to talk about one thing before I was just on Shocking Things podcast tonight. The episode's right before coming on here tonight. It's going to drop tomorrow morning, I believe.
Nice.
And we talked about I don't know. You've lived in Connecticut almost your whole life, right?
Yes.
And me and John were discussing the movie Body Slam with Roddy Piper. If you've ever seen that movie, I'm not sure.
I heard of it.
Yeah, it's funny, but it's a piece of crap, you know. But I suggest anybody go listen to that, go watch that movie. But we were talking about how we witnessed Ric Flair and Bret Hart at the Harvard Civic Center in a 1 hour Iron Man match, or they didn't call them Iron Man matches back then. But I don't know if you remember. Is it really?
Yeah, I think it's either on YouTube or Daily Motion.
It's great to feel lucky to have seen that in public, or in person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had a few of those. You had that and Bret versus Owen in an Iron Man match. They was doing an Iron Man match before the WrestleMania 12 Iron Man match was even famous.
Yeah, you're right. So what else do you want? Where do you want to start tonight?
Let's start with some local events. Let's start with Coliseum Pro Wrestling. That will be Saturday as well on SummerSlam Saturday.
Yeah.
We got a great lineup for Coliseum Pro Wrestling, don't we?
We do. We got to see someone that you're very fond of. The Cure, Lucas Chase, defending his title against Montekia.
Yeah, Montequilla didn't make it last show, but he is an automatic number one contender for the CPW championship. So, big challenge for Lucas Chase. Been on the roll lately, as I know. So, I can see Montequilla probably taking this.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Well, Tommy and what's the other guy? Matt DeCourt and I discussed this, and I think it was one of those things where it was like Lucas Chase is on a roll. He's great at destroying and picking people apart. So I think that I have a feeling that Chase is going to take this. He might destroy this guy.
That's crazy. You got to destroy him? What, squash?
Yeah. Not squash him, but he's like a high flyer, and Lucas Chase is more of a technical guy. I think he's just going to pick him apart.
Next.
I know we got Showtime, Marcel. I should have brought the list because I didn't think we were going to discuss local stuff. Showtime versus Mark Alexander, and shit. Who's the other guy?
Nutrius X.
Yes, Nutrius X. Which, Nutrius X. I got to witness at Empire Pro for the first time in well over a year, maybe 2 year and a half. And I have to say, he looks great. He looks like he dropped a lot of weight. He looks probably in the best shape that I've seen him in quite some years. I'm looking forward to that. I cannot give a winner because I'm going to be biased because you're my co-host here. So
As I can say right now, I'm coming this match coming off a half an hour Ironman match that I lost, so I'm looking for a win. So Saturday, I'm taking this one.
Yeah. All right. Let's see it happen. Of course, Mark Alexander is a great up and comer, man. Thank you, T and Couponer. Thank you for tweeting us. Appreciate it. We'll talk to you soon. I'm trying to go off the top of my head with this. I can't even remember the match list here.
I got
We
you.
got the tag team qualifiers as well.
Yeah, we got the tag team qualifier as the first of a 4-team tournament. The Uptown Boys taking on Greg Baylor and Fly Nye Noriega.
Huh. That's a good one. I'd
Yeah.
have to say Baylor and well, I think that Diaz and Matt Awesome, one of those teams. They have more experience as a team together. I mean, Fly Nye and Baylor have worked together in their wonderful feud against Garcia, but I think the Uptown Boys, yeah, I think the Uptown Boys have a little bit more experience together.
Yeah, then we got another first round of the four tournament tag team. It's gonna be Battle Academy taking on Jack Dalton and Zachariah Gibbs.
I think it's going to go with the Battle Academy here because they got more experience than these two. But from what I understand, Gibbs and Dalton did grow up together, so we'll have to see where that one goes. It's kind of unpredictable in a way.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
We got Steve Stetson going one on one Buzz Bloodsaw.
Damn, Stetson has really put in the work. He's in probably the best shape that I've seen him in. Has become quite the performer.
Mm-hmm.
But Bloodsaw has the experience. Longest reigning United States champion in Paradise Alley. This could be a really, really great technical match.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a card of underrated talent that looking to show off this Saturday.
Yeah,
And we
absolutely.
got Steve. We got another match, don't we? Do we got another one?
There's definitely, yeah. I know there's definitely another one here. Man, we are killing it today.
We're burning.
Let me look
down.
at my. Yeah. Let me look.
We
at
got
my,
Stevie Legend versus Louis.
That's.
Leon.
Get rid of that. No, it's Louis Leon. Remember?
Leon. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, man. He made his Paradise Alley debut over there at the Cadillac Ranch and annoyed everybody. And Vlad came out and destroyed him. So now he is coming to Coliseum Pro to take on Stevie Legend. Stevie Legend is always improving, getting better. I'm going to have to go with Stevie on this one.
Yeah, I see Stevie taking this one.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, absolutely.
We got make sure you if you have time, everybody. I mean, the tickets are still on sale for SummerSlam Saturday. Check out some wrestling locally. Coliseum Pro Wrestling, Course of Honor. It's going to be at the Elks Lounge, 265 Main Street, West Haven, CT, Connecticut. Bell time 7 p.m. Is that correct?
Yeah, man, you got it. And make sure you're there, folks, because I know, Hunter and Stephanie and all those guys, they'll be there later. You can go home and watch that on Peacock later on in the evening.
For $5.
Yeah, for $5 or free if you have Xfinity. Or you can come and support your local independent wrestling, which is the most important thing out there. Independent wrestling is the backbone of the professional wrestling industry. Don't forget that. Go out and support your independent wrestling, and we hope to see you on Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday is going to be a real lit night in West Haven. But Nashville is smoking because we got SummerSlam live from Nashville from the Nissan Stadium, the beautiful Nissan Stadium. As I seen on YouTube, they had the drone flying around Nissan showing how lit it is right now. And
Wow.
I only wish I was there in Nashville. You know what I'm saying? But
you got a couple days. You can just call out sick and just leave tomorrow.
You're right, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do that
You're not as
Coliseum
irresponsible.
Pro
Oh,
Wrestling.
that's right. I forgot there's Coliseum. Never mind.
I mean,
My
I can
bad.
always catch a quick flight, but that flight the show going to start early.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be there. So I'll be doing all the coverage of Coliseum Pro. So,
And
anyways,
also,
SummerSlam. What's that?
before, sorry to interrupt you. Before,
Nope.
because I know we got Coliseum Pro Wrestling on the same day and SummerSlam, we have come to a certain time to review SummerSlam. So, per Rick Del Santo, we will review SummerSlam Sunday, the next day, 5 p.m.
Yeah.
live on YouTube and Twitch.
Yep. We're going to be at Coliseum, so we won't be here watching it live. So when I wake up Sunday morning, I will put myself through the ringer, and hopefully SummerSlam will be a great show. It's a new regime, as we were saying, so there's a good chance. Let's break down the card before we get into our usual stuff. The undisputed Universal WWE Champion. It's a long-ass name.
That is a long.
It's going to be champion Roman Reigns taking on Brock Lesnar in a last man standing match. I think it's Roman's going to win it. And that's pretty much how it's going to go.
Yeah, has been advertised as the final confrontation between the two, which I hope. It was fun the first time at WrestleMania 31, but hopefully this is the final time. And I see Roman Reigns taking this. I don't see Brock winning this one and closing the chapter in this feud that has been going on, which Roman Reigns only had one victory over. Actually, I take that back. 2 victories over Brock Lesnar, while Lesnar has been victorious on the rest of them. But I see Roman Reigns pulling out the third one and closing this chapter between the two.
Everybody's talking about how they think that Theory's going to come in at the end. Is it going to happen or isn't going to?
I mean, I can see Theory coming in, but I can see him cashing in and losing it all in the same night.
Okay. All right. I don't know. I like a good surprise. That's all I'm going to say. So I'm not going to say either way. Like, I'd like to see it, but I also don't want to see if he comes in. I don't want to see him get the shit kicked out of him either. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Of course, there's going to be Pat McAfee and Happy Corbin. I really don't got much to say about this one. Happy Corbin's just annoying as fuck, not in a good way.
This match is going to be good.
You think so? Okay.
I really think so. Pat McAfee been on a great streak lately. He had a good feud with Adam Cole. He had a very good match with Theory at WrestleMania. He even had a great performance in the War Games a few years back. So I could see this guy. We could talk junk about Corbin a lot of times. I don't like Corbin like that either, but he can perform when he needs to. And I see this match being a solid match for SummerSlam.
Okay. I think Pat McAfee is much as he gets on my nerves in real life, hearing his show. Like, I've tuned into his show to listen to certain interviews. You know what I mean? He just gets on my nerves. That's it. We got the United States Tag Team Championship. No. I messed that up. Sorry. The United States Championship. Bobby Lashley taking on former champion Theory, Austin Theory. I have a feeling that Bobby Lashley is going to take this one. And a lot of people think it's just going to reconnect to the main event later where Theory comes in and wins. But we'll see. Like I said, we'll see.
Yeah, I see Lashley taking this one. They had a very good matchup last month at Money in the Bank, or early on this month in Money in the Bank. So I can see this being the same. Theory been on a roll lately, performance-wise, just proving that he's part of the big dogs in WWE. So I see this match being a solid one. But I see Bobby Lashley still retaining the United States Championship.
Absolutely. We got the Usos and the Street Profits. Is this one we're going to see the Street Profits split? I
I
don't see
don't
the
know,
Usos.
man. I really don't need them to split, man. They don't need to split. They're a good team, man. But I guess this is a new regime now. Triple H loved tag team wrestling. Vince did.
Yeah, yeah, I love tag team wrestling too. I think we talked about it on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing them wrestle each other. You know what? You're gonna laugh. You're gonna laugh. I think I finally get it with the Street Profits as performers, not as their gimmick because their gimmick is annoying as fuck. But they are really great as a tag team, and they're really, really good wrestlers. The two of them.
Yes, they are, and like I said, I mean, only we had Vince retire or slash resign earlier, we probably would have had the any team possible, the revival, whoever. We would have some great tag team wrestling because NXT was popping with tag team wrestling.
Yeah, it was. All right. Let's see. From there, we got Liv Morgan to Ronda Rousey. I think last time we talked about this, you said Ronda was going to take it back.
Did I?
I think you did.
I could have thought Liv. Matter of fact, yeah, you're right. I just said that. I take that back. Yes, she's gonna destroy Liv Morgan. It'd be a shocking surprise if she beat Ronda Rousey 2 times in a row. A fresh one, a fresh Ronda Rousey too.
Yeah, because she hasn't been in. Some people are saying that she might, Ronda might go away for a little while again, as well.
It's nothing wrong
Maybe.
with that.
No, I need a vacation. But anyways,
We all do.
yeah. Bianca Belair taking on Becky Lynch. I don't think Becky is going to take that belt from Bianca this time.
This is gonna be match of the night right here. This was
Yeah.
one of the matches of the night at WrestleMania, and I can see this doing the same.
Yeah, I think
But I
it's going
see
to be a really
Bianca
good.
Belair taking it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think Becky's walking out with the belt anytime soon again, especially off Bianca. From there, we got Logan Paul and The Miz.
I'm gonna skip this match. I think Logan Paul gonna
All
take
right.
it, but this match is gonna be I ain't gonna say it's gonna be the shits, but I'm gonna say that the fans in Nissan Stadium is gonna shit all over it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they probably. Yeah, you're right. And then, of course, the Mysterios and Judgment Day.
Yeah, no
Judgment.
disqualification. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Judgment Day is probably going to take it.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
They haven't been looking too good on TV lately.
Yeah, and that's pretty much SummerSlam. I'm looking forward to it. I think that it's going to be a pretty good show.
Yes, like I said, this is the show without. This is the first SummerSlam without Vince McMahon in the gorilla position or around Nashville, basically. So,
Yeah.
this is Triple H. If anything, and by the way, before I say this, if you didn't know the news, Riddle and Seth Rollins have been scratched off the card.
Yeah. Yep.
At first, people thought it was going to be a mystery opponent for Seth Rollins, but the whole match is scratched. Seth Rollins said his piece on Twitter, and Triple H said his, but this match is still scrapped. So we're one less match short on the card, which is fine by me because that means the shorter the card, the shorter the pay per view.
Yeah,
But
I'm not looking forward to sit through 5-6 hours. I'll tell you that.
I feel you, and like I said, I mean, I'm not gonna give Triple H no grief yet because this is the first pay per view that he's gonna produce, like in the middle, out of nowhere, basically. So
Yeah.
he has a big weight on his shoulders. I'm not gonna hold him to it. I'd rather wait to Survivor Series or Royal Rumble to judge how he's going. But
Let's
I
see
give
how
it
we
to
are
him.
in a
I know
year.
he's gonna do
Let's
it.
see. Yeah, let's see how we are in a year.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's pretty much that. That's SummerSlam. I'm looking forward to it. I think that it's going to be a good show. I'm surprised they can't just. I guess I read rather that Riddle's injury is a work, that it's not legitimate. I know some people were legitimately concerned, so they just wanted to shorten the show, I guess, and that's the match they chose.
Hey, that makes sense. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Before we talk about Dynamite, there was a big announcement on Dynamite that was a real big deal. It's going to be October 12th and October 13th, Wednesday and Thursday, AEW makes its debut in Toronto, Canada.
Nice. Is that for Dynamite? That's Dynamite, right?
That's for Dynamite and Rampage.
I'll be just getting back from a vacation, so yay. What a way to start my work week.
I feel this is a big deal for AEW. Next up, hopefully UK gets something, but
Yeah.
finally AEW is going international.
Yeah. God bless him. Good luck to him. Yeah. All right, so we started off Dynamite, the interim AEW World Championship. We just went straight to Justin Roberts when the cameras opened. It was John Moxley defeated Roosh in what I have to say was a great, hard-hitting, dramatic match. This told such a great story. And when was the last time I said something like that about John Moxley? Seriously.
Yeah, Dynamite opened with and since you was talking about stories, there was a lot of stories last night for AEW Dynamite. It was a very good show last night, and this one started off Roosh. A lot of people is not recognized with Roosh, but Roosh has been killing it in the ROH, killing it in Mexico. He had a streak going on for a while, and he really showed his talents, how to get heat on John Moxley, how to get the hate from the fans, licking blood, rubbing blood all over himself, post pandemic. But yeah, we had a very good interim AEW championship match, but John Moxley shut us all up because he said, drop the fucking interim. Basically, and it's the AEW championship. He's the two-time AEW champion,
and that's starting the storyline for which is going to lead towards the trail between him and Punk at some point.
Yes.
Obviously Jericho came out as well. Was that after this match? And decided and decided to say, hey, he's waited 2.5 years for his rematch.
Yeah.
So I guess we're going to see that in the near future. Is that what's the pay-per-view? All or Nothing, or all in, all out? My bad.
No, he wants it on Dynamite.
He wants it on Dynamite. Okay.
Yeah, Quake at the Lake. That's the name that they came up with. But John Moxley said he don't want the sports entertainer. He don't want the wizard. He don't want any of these Jerichos that been entertaining us for the past few years. He wants the Lionheart, the last member of the Heart Dungeon, Lionheart Chris Jericho.
Yeah. It's going to be, when's that? That's not next week's Dynamite, is it?
That's in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. We'll see how they build it up next week. Yeah, we'll see. I'm just hoping that Jericho doesn't go over and win it for a second time. He doesn't need the belt.
No, he doesn't need it. Moxley's on the roll right now. He's starting to he's starting to feel his groove right now. He killed it with that promo. He just had a great match with Roosh. It's just starting to all roll together, and I'm looking to see him defeat Jericho again from the first Revolution rematch. This is the rematch from the first Revolution where he won the AEW championship before the pandemic even started. So I'm looking forward to this match, and especially if they go pull out the Lionheart.
At the commentary desk, you saw Excalibur. It was Tony and what's the other guy's name? JR, Jim Ross. My bad, man. Jesus Christ, I'm doing bad tonight. They had a set of 3 belts sitting next to them. It's official, folks. You've asked for it. The AEW Trios titles are here.
Yes, and the finals will be happening at All Out.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that. The story
Me too.
The groundwork is being laid for September 4th, All Out in Chi-Town at the Now Arena.
Chi-Town, famous land of whatchamacallit, Flair versus Steamboat as well.
Steamboat, Chi-Town
Yep.
Rumble.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be
Yeah,
a
this
good one, man.
this gonna be a big event. Big event. All out is
Absolutely.
looking to be a big event.
Yeah, I think it's going to be great. It'll be a lot of fun. We had Dante Martin backstage with Tony Schiavone. He said, Tony Schiavone. He said, Sammy Guevara has been spending all his time backing up Jericho and hanging out with Conti to avoid getting in the ring. He's brought backup tonight, Sky Blue.
Yeah, this is out of nowhere. These are one of these out of nowhere promos that I talk about. I haven't seen Sky Blue with Dante Martin at all, not even on social media. So this is out of nowhere. I guess just to have somebody for Ty Conti.
It's been a while since I've seen her. So, yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
This next segment was great though.
Let me bring it up. Hang on. I got it in my notes here, right here. With FTW and the FTW title, Ricky Starks and Danhausen.
Yes, this whole segment as a whole was
This
great.
was probably one of the. It's probably one of the best moments of the night, I think.
Yeah, we already know what Danhausen all about. He came out there and had a minute and a half match with Ricky Starks. Ricky Starks hurt his neck with the spear to the corner, and when Danhausen moved out the way, a little quick schoolboy almost had Ricky Starks, and Ricky Starks bounced out of it and hit a spear. And he said that wasn't enough. He wanted another challenge like he did last week, and boy did Worcester, Massachusetts, did the roof blow off when Hook, the theme music of Hook, come out and he challenges Ricky Starks.
Listener and friend Jonathan Sardi was there and said that place was on fire last night, that the crowd was legitimately on fire and was having some of the best fun that they've had. So yeah, I guess the crowd was completely insane and on fire for that whole entire segment. And then of course we got Hobbs turning on Ricky Starks.
Yeah, at the Hook, Ricky Starks put up a good fight against Hook, but Hook took it. Had Taz on cloud nine, having his son win the championship that he once looked at in his living room. And then Ricky Starks shined, man, with that promo, telling like it is, looking like a star out there. And then Hobbs turned on him, shocked everybody, shocked me. And now I'm looking forward to this future feud between these two. And what's up with the Taz, Team Taz?
I was very surprised, actually, because I had no idea where it seemed like it kind of came out of nowhere in a way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it did.
The turn. Yeah. So, there's dissension in the ranks of Team Taz. We'll have to see how that goes.
It's for the better good. It's for the better good.
Hobbs is a monster. Ricky Starks is a star just waiting to fly into the mainstream.
But good matches didn't stop there, because this next match, Sammy Guevara versus Dante Martin, this was a very good match between two young.
I know that
young competitors.
Sammy Guevara has been getting on a lot of people's nerves as of late. I have been enjoying him, but I guess that's his job, really, right? Playing the heel.
That's his job.
Him making out with his lady friend over there, right ringside. This match was just great. Dante Martin, he's like bouncing back and forth between face and heel. Did you notice?
I noticed that, but I also noticed a change in his performance as well. It seemed like he's enjoying looking at the camera, showing emotion.
Yeah.
So a lot of people at backstage are helping out.
Yeah. They're helping that guy out. I thought that this was just such a great match. It really was. It was like top to bottom, beginning to end, a very fun match.
Yeah, it was. It's one of those matches that, when you used to watch WCW back in the day, and you watch some mid-card talent that has a good future, have good matches, and this was one of them.
J. Cal, what's happening? Thank you for dropping by. Yeah, Daniel Garcia was backstage and asked about the match against Brian Danielson. Garcia had said Danielson has been gone for months and he'd send him on vacation with his family again. They'll call Garcia the best technical sports entertainer in the world.
Yeah, and in the next segment, we had Jay Lethal and Sanjay Dutt would sing, hyping up what happened at ROH, which Jay Lethal didn't want to talk about. So now they wanted to talk about the best friends. Then the best friends pop in the camera and they say, "How you gonna talk about us with us standing right there with our tie-dye uniforms on?" So, it's segue into Sanjay Dutt getting hot and making this 6-man tag, which we will have on Rampage. Jay Lethal, Sanjay Dutt, Singh versus the best friends in a trios match.
So that's going to start leading up to the tournament, I'm guessing.
I can see that happening.
Yeah. We had Jungle Boy speak. Said he's this I thought was a great promo, if you will. I don't think that Jungle Boy really ever had the platform to go out there and speak like this. He went out there, cut a promo on Christian. He said some not so nice things about Christian, but they were well deserved.
There was.
There was times during this match, or during this promo, rather, I have to say that I thought Luchasaurus might. He looked as if he was watching very closely, and then he might turn on Jungle Boy. You had me watching a little too closely, I think.
Yeah, you gotta keep an eye on that. You just never know whether Luchasaurus is kind of being that plant for Christian
Right.
Cage, and I just like the way Christian respond during all these promos that was going on about him, where he took it calm and just kept the flow going and continued to piss off Jungle Boy. But this feud right here is one of those feuds that is a must watch for AEW because Christian Cage is continuing to be the best thing on TV, and Jungle Boy really surprised me with his promo as well.
Yeah, so I really wasn't all interested in Christian Cage coming to AEW for quite a while, and then he turned heel, and I became pretty interested because I was like, wow, he's really gotten some great promos. And now this whole Jungle Boy Christian Cage thing really has me interested in this feud and really interested in Christian in a very, very long time.
Yeah, they could push this feud all the way to All Out, and we have the big match at All Out. And that's how you do storytelling. That's how you drag stuff out. And I'm looking forward to this match between these two.
Yeah.
All started from a Battle Royal. That's the funny part.
Yep. Yeah. From there, we had Keith Lee is barred from ringside. We had a 1-on-2 handicap match. Swerve taking on Tony Nese and Mark Sterling. Swerve pretty much kicked the shit out of Mark Sterling and pinned him.
Yeah, he did.
This was a lot of fun, I got to tell you. Mark Sterling is a comedic genius, if you will. He's great. Tony Nese is just a great performer on top of it. And, of course, what is it? They turned to the cameras in the back and they saw Keith Lee dropped with a Josh Woods just standing over him.
Yeah, we had Josh Woods making his appearance, and I guess he got a team with Tony Nese. That's probably going to be the next challenge for Sir Swerve Strickland and Keith Lee. But Swerve Strickland continue every week to show everybody how talented he really is. And I enjoy watching him when he's in the ring.
He's being utilized here in AEW. The thing is that he was a phenomenal performer before his time in AEW. In WWE, he was on the main roster. He wasn't really utilized at all. NXT, he was. He was great in MLW and elsewhere. I was glad to see him back and to himself.
Yeah, I enjoy that. Enjoy it. I enjoy his performances, especially with him and Keith Lee together.
Yeah, I love Keith Lee. I think he's great. We had the Women's World Championship, Thunder Rosa with Miyu Yamashita. This was fantastic.
Match was good.
I think this whole AEW Dynamite was a very good show, man. I thought this was an awesome show. This match right here, Thunder Rosa, I'm like kind of biased. I'm a huge fan of hers, but I thought this was a fantastic matchup. It was really, really interesting throughout the entire thing.
I fully agree. This match was real good. It was nice paced. Little stuff here and there, a little mix up, but you could expect that from a international flavor match. I really don't pay attention to all that, but it was a great showing, and I enjoyed this women's championship match. Like I said, like you said, from top to bottom, this show was great. You pushed a lot of new stars, and you bring in people that really performed well as well.
Let's go. We had the Chris Jericho joined in on camera commentary. And it's time for the main event. We had Daniel Garcia taking on Bryan Danielson. It's Danielson's first match in months. And holy shit, was this a good match. Of course, there was blood yet again in this matchup. And Garcia went over. I think a lot of people were shocked that Garcia went over. He's getting the proverbial rub from Danielson.
Hey man, this was a very good match. Main event, Daniel Garcia continues as him and Bryan Danielson put on a instant classic for AEW Dynamite in Worcester, Massachusetts. Daniel Garcia, power driver, and then he put him in a sharpshooter, pulled it all the way back, and Danielson passed out. That was a big shocker to me. It was a big shocker to the people in Worcester. Probably was a shocker to you as well. But this is a big win for Daniel Garcia. If you ever want to make a statement, this is one of them. Because I remember a few weeks ago, I did say that he should have beaten John Moxley before he won the interim AEW championship. You need that shock value, and Daniel Garcia beating Danielson was one of them.
You know, I always like a good surprise in professional wrestling. That's what helps make this show good. Absolutely. Or makes the show good. Yeah. That's pretty much wraps up Dynamite. I thought it was a very good show. There wasn't entirely crazy like there has been in some weeks. This was actually a very well put together show. Even the in between match stuff was pretty decent.
Yeah, it was real good. Promos was timed well. It was like nothing was being rushed, and this was a very solid episode of AEW Dynamite. And looking forward to next week and the road to All Out. Well, before we get there, the Quake in the Lake in 2 weeks.
That sounds like a bad indie show. Jesus.
That does.
It does. So Friday, there's Rampage. It's Matt Seidel taking on Lee Moriarty, Ethan Page, and Leon Ruffin. Anna Jay and Ruby Soho. What's that?
I want to see related to David Ruffin.
Was he in the? Yeah, I was going to say. Jay Lethal, Satnam Singh, and Sanjay against Orange Cassidy and the Best Friends for Rampage. We'll be talking about that, of course, throughout the weekend. Hey, yo, it is Fly Noriega in the chat. Thank you for tuning in. Marcel, is there anything else you'd like to cut out there?
Nah, that's it. We gonna get ready for this busy weekend. Shout out to Fly 9. Thank you for coming on in, talk to him. And we just gonna close this out. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for listening, watching. Continue to spread the word of PWZ Podcast. And we gonna continue to bring out this content. Rick is gonna continue to bring out some more content for PWZ as well. But I'm looking forward to seeing everybody this Sunday, 5 p.m. as we review SummerSlam, the second biggest event. Well, I take that back. Probably the third biggest event in WWE because you got the Rumble.
Yeah. Folks, it's been a pleasure as always. I'm glad. Thank you for everybody for tuning in. And we'll talk to you this weekend. Have a good one, everybody.